Hey, what is up, YouTube boxing family? It is K-Rod here. I have some good news to share with you. Shout out to Kana Local Sports. He was the first one to talk about this, but I'm not so sure if any big time sports news articles is talking about it. But yeah, let's talk about it. I don't know what's gonna happen. I would like to say that this potential fight could be in the works, but let's talk about it because I like this fight. So, Michel Rivera out of the Dominican Republic, residing out of Miami, Florida, could very well be facing Jospeh Adorno, um, who is out of Allentown, Pennsylvania. He does train down in Florida, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I mean, this is a really, really good fight because this is on the Tim Tszyu and Terrell Gausha undercard in on March 26th. See, now, I personally like this fight because this is actually a really good step up, but this is a very dangerous fight. The problem with this fight is just where how should I say, the fight itself was supposed to, basically be like, I don't know. I honestly, like, this fight should have never happened, but it doesn't matter if it actually does happen because it's like this is actually a really good fight, whether or not, either or wins, against who, but I just think like how Joseph's, inconsistent lack of discipline of making weight causes him to miss big opportunities is what's going to harm him in the future, but I hope not. But this is actually a very good fight. For those of you that don't know, Jospeh Adorno was supposed to be fighting this past Saturday against Iron Alvarez, in which that fight got pulled out because Jospeh Adorno, he missed weight, and that wasn't a good idea. He should have made weight, and he should have done what he was supposed to do. But hopefully for this possible, this possible, match with Michel Rivera, this can be made because I like to see this. I think this is actually a very, very good, fight, and I think it should be a fight that needs to be made. Um, I think on top of this, this is just like the type of fight where Jospeh Adorno can skyrocket even harder. But I think this is a dangerous fight because Jospeh Adorno, he's never faced anybody like Michel Rivera. And Michel Rivera, despite his weight issues of like where he campaigns at, because like we've seen him fight as high as like what, like 147 and higher. Like basically, Michel Rivera is young enough to go up and down in weight, but he needs to start, campaigning at a true weight class that he's comfortable at. Because at 135, he looks like a skeleton, but at like 140 and above, he looks really, really huge, for the weight. And I think he's only able to do that because he's just trying to get fights because either nobody don't want to fight him or there's just basically a high risk, low reward type of gain of even trying to beat him because they know that, even if you do beat a guy like him, that's still going to be that type of match where he's still going to give you hell, regardless. So I think Michel Rivera, he's a great, polished, pure boxer, puncher. He could definitely hit. Michel Rivera, just looking at his boxer. Oh, also, the other fights that will be on this card, minus the Jospeh Adorno and Michel Rivera, is Tim Tszyu, the son of Casa Tszyu, that will be facing Terrell Gausha on March 26th, and then Yoelvis Gomez. That was the black Cuban dude that knocked out Clay Collard, which that was a damn good fight. He'll be facing Jorge Cota. So, I like this. This is Showtime, they're getting it going. This is going to be a damn good fight. We're only like, what, 24 days away or 20. Yeah, 24 days away. So that's like less than 3 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. So Yeah, 3 weeks. So like for me personally, I'm definitely excited. I can't wait for my birthday, April 30th. Shout out to the Queen Amanda, the real deal Serrano. I'll be there at the fight and the MSG with my family, me and my grandfather and my uncle. So man, I'm excited, man. I can't wait. That's gonna be some fireworks, and I hope Amanda Serrano knocks out Katie Taylor, which she very well will, because Katie Taylor has shown a lot more vulnerability compared to her. And yeah, man, I think this is actually a really good card that Showtime put together. So I don't know, man. Like I just think at the end of the day, it's just that this is a really tough fight for Jospeh Adorno. I don't care what anyone has to say. Some Puerto Ricans might want to tell me, nah, man, like you being biased, man. Like you just don't, truly support Jospeh Adorno. Yes, I do. I like Jospeh Adorno. I went down to the Evolution Boxing Gym. I ran into him. He didn't even know who the hell I was. When I first saw his face, I was like, wow, this is Jospeh Adorno. And let me tell you, Jospeh Adorno, he's a really good athletic built fighter. If you put him at 135, he's a big 135 pounder, but I think personally, he scales better at 140. I think Jospeh Adorno, if he's dedicated and he's disciplined enough to make 135, at some point you need to, you need to bump him up to 140 and higher, because I think his body is still growing, and I think that he fights a lot better at those higher weight classes, because he does have a chin and his frame looks more of like a welterweight. At the end of the day, I think he'll stop growing at like 154, because he is a small person. He may look small, but his athletic build looks like really sharp. You know what I'm saying? And I'm only saying that because I'm like way taller than him, because I'm 6 feet and he's like what, like 5'8", 5'9". So I mean, he's a really he's a really good fighter, man. I saw him spar against Corey Marksman. He's that black kid that has fought under Undisputed Promotions, if I'm not mistaken. But me and him are supposed to get together so we can have like a little sports interview, so I can help him out. But yeah, man, I like Jospeh Adorno. I like his brother Jeremy. His brother Jeremy is really, really like, he may not look big, just like talking with him, but in a actual fight, he looks really athletically strong for his weight class. And I think Jeremy's going to be a bigger problem at his particular weight division. I think he fights at super bantamweight or featherweight, but yeah, his brother Jeremy is a beast. But as far as Joseph's case, I think Jospeh is a beast too. It's just that he needs to be disciplined, bro. I have nothing against Jospeh Adorno. I think he's a really cool person, and I think me and him think alike in the sense of we have certain common ideas of like how we see the boxing game. But I just think where he's at right now, he just needs to be disciplined, man, because once you get up to the world title level, that's a whole different ball game. And you don't want to be dealing with all that BS with the sanction bodies, where they just start cutting, like your purse, like your purse split and all that crap. So I think Jospeh Adorno, he'll be fine. He just needs to, stop eating and just keep yourself dedicated, because I'm pretty sure he can make 135 or whatever weight class that he can campaign at. He just needs to, be focused, man. Obviously, that's easier said than done, but I believe he can do it. I believe, if he's a very disciplined, very focused fighter, I think he's a problem for anybody in the ring. And obviously, with his last fight against Jermaine Ortiz, that was a very difficult fight, in which I had once thought that Jermaine Ortiz won, but Jospeh Adorno, he was beating the crap out of Jermaine. He landed the more heavier blown shots, and Jermaine Ortiz looked like he was gonna fade and he was gonna lose. So, yeah, I personally thought that Jospeh Adorno had given a little bit more separation, but Jermaine Ortiz, like, in my eyes, barely won that fight. So I don't know, like obviously, I asked him, about that situation, and he said that him and his team, were trying to get the rematch, and Jermaine Ortiz's team didn't want to take the rematch. So I don't know if that's a duck, but I think it's probably just due to money issues because it's like for a fight of that magnitude, especially young in your career, I think it's better to take that fight, somewhere down the line when you're like both contenders, facing each other for like a world title, or probably see each other when you are champions, because Jermaine Ortiz, he definitely has a good professional style to become a world championship level fighter, and same thing with Jospeh Adorno and his brother. So I don't know how the future will go, but I think somewhere down the line it's going to have to be whether if they see each other, when they do see each other for like a unification, or they see each other, when they have losses or whatever. But I think somewhere down the future, you're gonna see them fight each other, once again. So, but yeah, I just wanted to bring this up because I was really, really happy about this. And shout out to Michel Lazarza Rivera. He's a beast. Everyone calls him, Mr. Baby, like, Baby Ali, because he actually fights, like Muhammad Ali, like, not entirely, but he has shades of him. So I like that out of him. He, like, he's really, really flashy. He's very technically driven. He has such a beautiful, good jab. He's just a problem for, anybody in the ring. So, yeah, man. Dominican Republic versus Puerto Rico. But guess what? As much as I love my Puerto Rican people, I got to keep it real. I think Michel Rivera can very well defeat Jospeh Adorno. But for you Dominican fighters, they have a high tendency to be chinny, and we've seen Michel Rivera go once on the canvas by that Spaniard dude, in which I don't like John Fernandez because I don't think he's that good. But John Fernandez exposed the blueprint for the Dominican curse of the chin. And I'm pretty sure if Jospeh Adorno can do the same thing, time his jab beautifully, he could very well defeat Michel Rivera. And I'm not saying it's gonna be easy because Michel Rivera, he has pop in his hands too. So this is like a magic 8 ball situation where it's a random, roll the dice effect. But I think Jospeh Adorno, the only way he wins is that he has to make the fight dirty, make like basically make Michel Rivera force himself to fight on the inside, and don't allow him to go on the outside and start timing his shots with more space and separation, because that's really the only way that Michel Rivera is able to capitalize on that to actually deal more damage to Jospeh Adorno. But other than that, I think if Jospeh Adorno times his shot very well to hit, Michel to the chin, I think that Jospeh Adorno could very well knock him out. Uh, Obviously, that is a very, hard thing to say because I'm pretty sure Michel Rivera fans will say, "Nah, man, you lying, man. Jospeh Adorno's not going to hit him that easily, man. Like Michel Rivera, he's gonna move it around and make him look stupid and blah blah blah." Well, Michel Rivera tends to gas out too, so I don't see how this fight will ever play into a boxer versus puncher situation where the pure boxer that has all this great boxing fundamentals is going to last, what, like, whatever, however many rounds that this fight's going to go. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a 10 rounder. But if I'm Jospeh Adorno, I make this fight dirty well, obviously you don't make it dirty, but make this into a dog fight from round 1 all the way to round 10. So that way Michel Rivera, he can't move as much, and you're making him work hard to actually create enough space for him to, basically capitalize off of off of his fundamentals. So I think Joseph Adorno, he's gonna give him some problems because if you're gonna beat Joseph Adorno, the only way that I could really see somebody ever beating him is that you have to have good pure boxing. But if you have power, with those shots, you have to time those shots very well because from what I see out of Joseph Adorno's sparring is that he likes to make pressure his victory. And the pressure that he applies to you is not just, bum rushing pressure. It's very educated pressure. So I think if I'm in that situation, I need to force him to the weak side and don't let him come to his sweet spot. Because if he has those sweet spots where he's able to hit you at the spots where he feels comfortable throwing at, then that's where he's able to land those effective shots from his orthodox position. So what I would do if I'm a southpaw is that I would force him to his weak side to make sure he doesn't throw those shots. Because if he can't throw those shots, then I will bring him to my left, and then on top of that, he's not able to utilize those shots. Um, basic, basically, shit. He's not able to utilize those shots effectively. So I think Joseph Adorno, he's going to have a really difficult fight in front of him if he's ever going to beat Michel Rivera. I think this is like a 55-45 fight, just simply because Michel Rivera, he has shown his chin to be, a little bit questionable, but obviously that was just like a lucky shot that John Fernandez, hit him. But I think with Joseph Adorno is that if he's able to successfully land those shots consecutively and time those shots with actual precision, then I think he's able to knock out Michel Rivera, because I think that's that's the only way you're ever going to win a difficult fight against a prime, very skilled, heavily focused Michel Rivera. If he obviously leaves himself lacking at times, with his defense. But I think Joseph Adorno, he can win if he's able to apply pressure early and don't let Michel Rivera gain his confidence by forcing the fight to become a boxing match, instead of a pressure fighting match. But that's pretty much it. Let me know what y'all think. I think Joseph Adorno, he has a very good chance of beating Michel Rivera, but just by looking at this fight, this is a really, really difficult fight. Yeah, so, Dominican Republic versus Puerto Rico. Who you guys got? I'm always repping Team Puerto Rico, but I got to keep it 100 and say that the Dominican fighter might have some he might have some sharper tools in his tool bag, but I don't know. So let me know what y'all think, and I will see you guys later, and I appreciate you guys for coming through. So thank you guys, and I'll see y'all. Bye.